Hello, welcome to knowyoursteel.com. Today I'm going to talk about the different metal coated steel products that are available in the market, and we are going to just peep into a bit on and what are these different metal coated steels and what are the differences between them and where they are used, and how a common man can identify the different steel grades that are available in metal coated steel grades. Metal coated steels are normally used where the corrosion is prevalent. When the material is exposed to the corrosive environment, the steel normally gets corroded. So to prevent that, the metal coated steels are used. There are different kinds of metal coated steels. Predominantly they are zinc based. So they are, number one is the galvanized, and galvanized can be either hot dip galvanized or electro galvanized. In India doesn't produce any electro galvanized steel, so only hot dip galvanized produced mainly. The first, as I said, is galvanized, second is galvannealed, the third one is the galvalume, the fourth one is galfan, and fifth one is alu zinc, and there is also called tin plates, which are tin coated. So we're not going to talk about the alu zinc and the tin plates. We are going to talk about the majority of the metal coated steel products. The four types which form the majority of the metal coated products, which is the galvanized, galvannealed, galvalume, and galfan. The galvalume, galvannealed, and galfan, they are patented products, and if the steel mills which want to use these names and sell the products will have to take the copyright and pay the royalty to the owners. Coming back to the differentiation of these products. When we say gal, it means it is the alloy of zinc and the iron. Coating of zinc over the surface of steel is called galvanized. So what normally happens is after the cold roll full hot coil being produced, it's being passed through a molten bath of zinc, and the steel coil passes through the molten bath, and the zinc coating, the zinc gets coated on top of the steel surface. So this is the simpler way of explaining the galvanized process. So galvanized steel is the most basic form of the metal coated steel. So it is used for the air conditioning ducting. We would have seen the air conditioning ducts in many of the malls and in the hotels and in some of the big houses. The ducts, which are predominantly made of galvanized steel. Galvanized steel can be easily identified with a flowery pattern in that. The galvanized steel normally has a flowery pattern. So these are technically called spangles, which happens because of the reaction between with the zinc and the iron. So this reaction can be minimized by having the chrome additions. So the trivalent chrome can be used to reduce. So there are different types of spangles that are available in the market called the big spangles are called the regular, and there can be mini spangles, and the lowest one is the zero spangles. So technically, in terms of material properties, it doesn't affect the spangles, but it's for the aesthetic purposes people try to go for different spangles. And this is galvanized, and the galvanized steels are mostly only for structural applications like ducting, and at times they are used as corrugated sheets for roofing. And next comes the galvannealed. In galvannealed, the zinc reacts with the iron and forms a zinc alloy, which is not the case in galvanized. In galvanized, the zinc just acts as a coating on top of the steel, and it's a cathodic protection. And whenever the corrosion occurs, it takes on the zinc, and it doesn't happen on the stratum, on the base metal. In terms of the galvanneal, zinc reacts with the iron and forms zinc alloy, zinc Z and Fe alloy. And And galvannealed are predominantly produced in continuous annealing furnaces, though people also produce them in batch furnaces. Galvannealed is used for making deep drawn automobile parts, and one typical example for galvannealed is many of the car manufacturers use galvannealed for the outer skin panel. The outer panels of the cars that we see are galvannealed in some of the cars. And the third group is galvalume. Galvalume is an alloy of 43.5% of zinc and 55% of aluminum and 5% silicon. Galvalume is said to be superior in terms of corrosion resistance than the two parts which we saw, the galvanized and the galvannealed. Galvalume is used predominantly in metal buildings and in roofing. And today everybody have switched from galvanized to, most of them have switched from galvanized to galvalume because of its better corrosion resistance. And galvalume also has access to base metal for the color coated steels. On top of the galvalume, people coat different colors, which is used as the colorful roofs. Today, all the industrial buildings, what we see, they are predominantly, the pre-painted galvalume material. We're not going to talk much about the pre-painted steel today, so that which we will talk in a separate session. So the third product which we spoke about is the galvalume, which has better corrosion resistance than the first two. And the fourth one is the galfan. In galfan is an alloy of 95% of, the coating is an alloy of 95% of zinc and 5% aluminum on top of the steel. And it was, the experiments have proven that galfan has the superior corrosion resistance of all the four. So there are four grades, and depending on the application, we can choose. If it is extensive corrosion environment and if roofing is the application, then one can go for galvalume. And if it's just a temporary roofing and corrosion is not that big issue, then one can go for galvanized. And if it's ducting, then it is